In the cloud, security is not just about firewalls. It's about identity. If you give the wrong person owner access, they can delete your entire company in a second. No firewall can stop them. To pass the ACE exam and to keep your job, you must master IAM, that is Identity and Access Management. IAM is the gatekeeper. It defines who can do what on which resource. Okay, so who can do what on which resource. If you understand this formula, you pass the exam, and if you don't, you will get hacked. So let's break it down. So you are going to discuss about the our second episode, that is IAM, and also will include the IAM roles. Okay, so when an organization node contains lot of folders, projects, resources, it's likely that a workforce might need to restrict who has access to what. To help with this task, administrators can use Identity and Access Management, or IAM. With IAM, administrator can apply policies that define who can do what on which resources. So the who part of an IAM policy can be a Google account, a Google group, or a service account, or cloud identity domain. Okay, so a who is also called a principal. Each principal has its own identifier, usually an email address. Okay, and the can do what, this part of an IAM policy is defined by a role. So an IAM role is a collection of permissions. When you grant a role to a principal, you grant all the permissions that the role contains. Okay, so for example, to manage virtual machine instances in a project, you have to be able to create, delete, start, stop, and change virtual machines. So these permissions are grouped together into a role, okay, to make them easier to understand and easier to manage. Policies are managed and applied by IAM. When a principal like Go user, group, or service account is given a role on a specific element of the resource hierarchy, the resulting policy applies to the chosen element as well as to all of the elements below it in the hierarchy. So the policy will be inherited from this way, means from organization to projects, and below means everything, means these resources also. You can define deny rules that prevent certain principals from using certain permissions regardless of the roles they are granted. Okay, this is because IAM always checks relevant deny policies before checking relevant allow policies. Okay, so the deny policy overrides any existing allow policy regardless of the IAM role that is granted. Okay, now we will discuss about the IAM roles. There are three type of IAM roles. One is basic IAM role, then predefined IAM role, and custom IAM role. Right? The first role type is basic. Basic roles are quite broad in scope. When applied to a Google Cloud project, they affect all resources in that project. Basic roles include owner, editor, viewer, and billing administrator. So let's discuss more about these basic roles. Project viewers can examine resources but can make no changes, right? But project editors can examine and make changes to a resources. And project owners can also examine and make changes to a resource, right? In addition, project owners can manage the associate roles and permissions as well as set up billing. Often companies want someone to be able to control the billing for a project, but not have permissions to change the resources in that project. This is possible through a billing administrator role, right? So if several people are working together on a project that contains sensitive data, basic roles are probably too broad. Fortunately, IAM provides other ways to assign permissions that are more specifically tailored to meet the needs of the typical job roles. So we can't assign basic IAM role to everyone, right? So here we comes predefined roles. That is actually predefined IAM role. This brings us to the second type of role, that is predefined roles. Specific Google Cloud Service offer sets of predefined roles, and they even define where those roles can be applied. Let's take compute engine as an example. It's a Google Cloud product that offers virtual machines as a service. With compute engine, you can apply specific predefined roles such as instance admin. Okay, so we are applying instance admin, that is predefined role, and the actions that is defined in the that role is here: instance delete, get, list, machine type, start and stop. We can apply this specific predefined role, instance admin, to the compute engine resources in a given project, okay, a given folder or an entire organization also. So this then allows whoever has these roles to perform a specific set of predefined actions. But what if you need to assign a role that has even more specific permissions? That's when you would use custom roles. This one. A lot of companies use a least privilege model in which each person in your organization is given the minimal amount of privilege needed to do their job. Okay, so for example, maybe you want to define an instance operator role to allow some users to stop and start compute engine virtual machines but not reconfigure them. Okay, so custom roles allows that. For that, you can create one custom IAM role with this name, like instance operator, that is the name is given here, and the predefined actions are only this can be added: get, list, start, stop. Okay, so the if I create any user and given assigned this custom IAM role, they only can do this get, list and start and stop in the compute engine. And you can create a custom role at the project or organization level. You cannot define custom roles at the folder level. Okay, so if you need to use a custom role within a folder, then define the custom role at the organization level. Then you can define in the folder. Okay, an organization level custom role can include any of the IAM permissions that are supported in custom roles. Okay, and a project level custom roles can contain any supported permission except for permissions that can only be used at the organization or folder level, such as resource manager.organization.get. This can only be used at the organization or folder level. So this can't be supported by project level custom roles. So if you take one thing from this video and make it this: the principle of least privilege. Always grant the minimum permissions necessary to do the job. Don't make someone an owner when they just need to view logs. This is how you secure the cloud. This is how you pass the SEA exam. We have handled the humans, but what about the robots? How does one server talk to another server securely? In the next video, we will discuss service accounts, the non-human identities that run your applications. Hit subscribe and join the Cloud Genius Hub, and let's keep your cloud secure. I'm Amit. Let's build your legacy. And if you're new and want to learn more about Google Cloud and get your hands on in the lab sessions, just join my community over there. The link I have given in the description box over there, and whenever I will update the courses, you will get notification automatically. See you there in my next video. Thank you for watching. Happy learning.